Hello, my name is Alex Terego, and I'm going to demonstrate how you can take the guesswork out of problem solving using my Terego method, a method inspired by Socratic inquiry. To do this, I'm going to use a case study of a problem I know you're all familiar with, and that's customer service. As you know, customers are the only thing all companies have in common. Customers are the oxygen that nourish and sustain your company. Without customers, your company is just a legal entity, a piece of paper. So, taking care of customers is the priority. It's something all companies must constantly strive to improve upon. How can constant improvements in customer service best be ensured? 2 clues: deep questioning and identifying the context. Follow along as I explain. So, what is the Terego Enterprise Training methodology exactly? Well, it's an easy-to-use, adaptive, rules-driven methodology that trains your employees in these 4 vital disciplines: critical thinking, problem-solving, collaboration, and communication, all while working on any real enterprise problems. I call it company knowledge mining. A multidisciplinary team collaborates to interrogate all known data, as well as all other team members, for the purpose of diagnosing the right problems, identifying optimal solutions, and getting buy-in from all members by agreeing these are the right solutions. Why is the Terego Enterprise Training methodology important for instructional designers and learning officers especially? Well, your employees have never been taught critical thinking, problem-solving, collaboration, and communications. But your company needs these skills. This means instructional designers and learning officers must teach employees how to master and deploy them, so your company can thrive by being competitive, innovative, and nimble. Almost all problems are subjective in nature. Objective facts can only help so much. They must be synthesized with new information to create an optimal solution. And data is exploding, but data is not knowledge. Like crude oil is not rocket fuel. Data need refining to become knowledge. The Terego method is designed to be a human user interface for this purpose. What outcomes can instructional designers and learning officers expect after adopting the Terego Enterprise Training methodology? Well, you can expect optimal problem solving through better diagnosis, not band-aid fixes. You can expect that the decisions made by your enterprise teams will be trusted. A culture of multidisciplinary collaboration will be fostered, and error-free communications of actionable items will be assured. The method will ensure the right problems are diagnosed, identified, and solved, leading to continuous innovation. Enterprise knowledge mining means leverage. Employees will feel empowered through their involvement. Their contributions create buy-in. An appreciation for and skilled use of contextual thinking will become embedded in the company. Using the Terego method helps remove the guesswork from problem solving. As I said at the beginning, the first step is understanding the importance of discovering the context of the problem first. In other words, zoom out on the problem before zooming in. Let's take the word rose, for example. Seen in isolation, we know very little. Is it a noun, a verb, or an adjective? Does it mean a flower or a color? Or is it the past tense of rise? We do not know until we see the other words surrounding it. In other words, its context. So, what can we find out about the context of rose by examining the context? Well, it might mean that prices rose higher than wages. It might mean the rose-scented perfume. It might mean he rose to the top of his profession. It might mean the red rose won the prize. Or it might mean she used rose-colored paint. The meaning of the word rose changes depending on its context, and that is exactly the same with any problem that you are going to be attacking. This is an actual case study. My client had identified low customer satisfaction as its #1 problem and needed to address the issue right away. This is what happened next. I spent an hour instructing all my clients' potential enterprise team members on how to use the step-by-step Terego methodology on this problem. That's how simple it is to learn. Before assembling a team to address the problem, we discussed its makeup. They suggested sales, marketing, and accounting, someone from IT, and a product specialist. I suggested having a customer participate. They agreed, and we did. The team leader's first step is always to zoom out by asking questions to put the problem into its proper context. Observing this first rule, the team leader encouraged questions that would put the problem in its context. This is done by asking and answering questions about what the problem is a constituent part of. So step one is to put the problem of low customer satisfaction into the middle of the board. Never write it at the top, because we are going to find out what it is a constituent part of. And we ask questions. What are customers a part of? Well, they're one of 5 stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? They are shareholders, employees, board members, customers, and suppliers. And together, they make up the corporation. Now we have the context of the problem. We know the big picture. We know the 30,000-foot view. So now what we have to do is to start asking questions. And a good first question is, what are the customer services touch points? When does the company talk to the customer? Well, we find out that it talks prior to the sale, during the sale, and in the post-sale. Once the team has identified the constituent parts, more questions form the core of the collaborative session. You ask questions beginning with who, what, why, where, when. But first, here's the structure. A member of the group divides a whiteboard or a display page into 5 sections. These are the what, who, where, why, and when sections. As the team brainstorms and asks the who, what, why, where, when questions, one idea generates another. Asking better questions always begins with who, what, why, where, when questions. Each member can ask their own questions beginning with these words: who, what, why, where, and when. This will all lead to the how. So here are some examples. Who is critical to success? Who should lead the effort? What is our overall rating? What areas need our attention most? What resources are lacking? What effect is all this having? Why is this problem critical? Where are we failing? Where are we succeeding? Where is the evidence for this problem? When must it be fixed? As soon as possible. The next step, a very important step, that the most important answers they had come up with were that the after-sale performance was poor, they were inflexible to customer needs, the customers were most important, the product specialists and the marketing people were the ones that really should attack the issue along with the product design people. So the voting results reveal what areas are most important. Our overall rating after the sale is poor. The area needing our attention is that our product is inflexible to customer needs. Our customers are most critical to our success. Our marketing and product specialist teams should lead the effort. Our greatest point of failure is product design. So please note that these suggestions came as a result of deep questioning, putting the problem into its context, a 30,000-foot view first, before drilling down to the details, thus ensuring that the details are the correct problem. Based on these results, the team leader helps prepare a summary statement encapsulating their findings in a clear paragraph. This is what they came up with. The core problem is that our product design is inflexible and cannot adapt to changing customer and market needs. This inflexibility has led to dissatisfaction with our after-sales service. We cannot afford dissatisfied customers. The final step, of course, is a solution to the problem, and the enterprise team makes a recommendation. Here is the recommendation they came up with. The marketing product specialist teams will invite high-volume customers for a frank roundtable discussion, and using the Terego method again, will gather inputs on a customer-focused product redesign. We will no longer be solving a perceived problem and will deliver exactly what customers want and need. Of course, we should note that low customer satisfaction in this case was a symptom. The real problem was inflexible product design. Without using the Terego method, the company might have chosen to reduce prices to get more business and miss the real problem. Here's a summary of the Terego method. By taking the guesswork out of problem solving, your company can create an environment of continuous innovation, develop an interdisciplinary collaborative culture, embed critical thinking into your company's DNA, empower your workforce to be part of the solution, diagnose the real problem, help your company stay ahead of the curve. This case study is excerpted from my upcoming Amazon book, Instructional Designers and Learning Officers, a thought leader's guide to enterprise teams. My goal is to help instructional designers and learning officers to bring critical, deep thinking, collaboration, problem solving, and communication into the work environment, to help them develop trust in their employees' decision-making skills, for employees to feel valued, to help each enterprise learn how to diagnose and identify the real problems and solutions, most importantly, to stay ahead of the curve in your respective business. Critical thinking, problem solving, and communications in a team is the key to innovation. Thank you so much. My name is Alex Terego.